2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. Tonight, we'll see the Washington Wizards as they go up against the Orlando Magic. Checking out the Magic, they're 6th in the Eastern Conference and still trying to make that next step forward, trying to finish in better shape than they did last season. And in this one, a bit of a rarity. Both teams like to slow down the pace and play through half-court sets. Kenny, it's a little bit of a throwback.
Yeah, some games we cover are about who can play faster. But the trends in the NBA are a pendulum. They swing back and forth, and eventually they swing back again.
Kenny, we never play like this. A lot of these teams are just playing follow the leader in terms of play style. But it's usually the innovators that come out on top, a la Golden State.
What are you doing right now?
I'm trying to get my steps up.
Oh, I thought you were a pendulum.
Yes, I am. I'm thanking you for the idea. And see, now I'm feeling very, very
But how
fit.
are you moving only the upper, but how are you getting your steps
Just move
up?
with us so he can
Okay.
stop.
I'm just confusing the watch.
That's the United States Supreme Court building here in our nation's capital. We're coming to you today from Washington, D.C. There is no better way to start off the new year than with the NBA here on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Vucevic.
And he's not been as efficient this month as he had been earlier. Take a look at his true shooting percentage, and it will show that he's gone a little bit frosty. Maybe tonight he can get that touch back.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, Aaron Gordon is progressing as a shooter. He said, what I've done is connected my three, my pull-up, and my free throw. They're all the same shot now. I'm going to keep trusting my skill, and eventually it'll all come together. With my motor, I feel like whatever I'm doing out there, I can just keep going and going. Kevin?
Tremendous athleticism. Thanks, D.A. Brand new year, Chris. Fresh start for everyone. Do you make a resolution yourself personally this time around?
You know what? I usually, it's kind of on and off. Sometimes I make a resolution, and then other times I say, you know what? I want to just get better in this area, not try to stick to a hard resolution. I think resolutions that come from nowhere and kind of end in nowhere really quick. So my thing is to try to find something, get better with it during the year, but not just because the New Year's coming around. But you gotta love New Year's, and in saying that, I'm gonna eat a little bit better this year. I got my guts.
Well, here's my resolution. Let's do more games together. How's that sound?
Oh, I love it. I'm in for that one. I'm on with you.
Now the starting group for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. And it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. And for the Wizards, in at forward, it's Hachimura and Bertans. Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. And it's Bryant in at the 5. Now here's Wall. Beal gets a wide open look. Offline with his 3. Here's Ross. And it's denied. Here's Hachimura. Here's Beal. Vucevic with the rebound. Here's Isaac. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The 6th pick back in 2017. 6'10" Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. Greg, what have you seen from him?
Came in somewhat raw. Potential as a rangy defender. Offensively, though, still a ways to go.
That's good from Isaac. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
And he makes both free throws.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on the stroke.
The shot from 20 feet away. Wall's shot is off.
Not how you want to start the game. 4 straight misses. I'd like to see some better ball movement from them.
Pass to Ross. And it's sent back by Bryant.
Cold start for them. 3 shots, 3 misses. Good thing it's early. That was a long time coming. It took them 5 attempts to get their first bucket.
The Magic have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Fultz looking around. Gordon inside, working on Bertans.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Here's Hachimura. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Here's Gordon. And that one goes long.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Vucevic with the block, and he gets it back.
And you can see what makes Hachimura a tough cover. He can beat you with finesse, and also he can bring the hard hat.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
And that one falls for Hachimura. And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect. Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college, hit over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
So he gets them both.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Beal. Ross passes to Gordon. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
This is Beal's game. A fantastic catch-and-shoot guy. He wastes no time in getting it out of his hands.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Here's Vucevic. Another miss by Orlando. Washington leading now by 4. Here's Hachimura. It's hauled in by the Magic. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with the win.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
Yeah, controlling the flow of second chance opportunities is the key. I mean, something they'll try to replicate tonight.
Here's Wall, following the score by Aaron Gordon. Wall looking for an opening. Pass to Bertans. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Makes it off the glass. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night.
I love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Wall passes to Beal. Goes up to the stripe. Yep, that one goes.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Now here's Fultz. Tight defense on him. The pass to Gordon. Now Vucevic. Bertans defending. Back to Gordon. There's Beal with the 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Beal's got 7.
This is what you think of when you hear Bill's name. A dangerous three-point shooter.
Outside Gordon. He dishes it to Vucevic. Vucevic gets double-teamed. Bryant with the rebound. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Washington leading now by 5. And Beal kicks to Bertans. Bryant dishes the Wall. Over Fultz.
The length of Fultz really bothers shooters. Good at using it to get into their airspace.
Ross against Beal. Ross passes to Gordon. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
I mean, he's finding some good shots early on. And what you like about it, he's not trying to do too much.
And Wall kicks to Bryant. Here's Hachimura. Tries yet again. Rebounded by Isaac. The Magic trail by 3. Fultz with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Vucevic, and he makes that one.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
They kept chucking from distance, and ultimately it was their undoing. A disappointing result.
And they're pushing it up. Here's Gordon. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Well, if teams are getting shaken up a bit, coach is usually the first to go, get fired. Do you think teams get too trigger happy with that aspect, coach first and then looking at the team?
Yeah, I do. But unfortunately, if you're the head of the team, that's the responsibility, and that's kind of that's your job, to take all of the heat. Being a coach is such a thankless job. You don't get thanked unless you win the championship. If not, it's like, good job, okay. We don't care about the fires you put out. We don't care about the players you develop. We don't care about the chemistry you built. You didn't win, and so yeah, coaches are usually the first to go, and it's unfair. But hopefully they have some connections and they have a good resume, because they'll be back around somewhere else. They'll pop up somewhere else.
They sure will.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
He's a big-time athlete. Waller loves to attack in transition. He incredible speed end to end.
Now here is Augustine. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Pass to Vucevic. Over Bryant, and it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Augustine. And the Magic lead by 1.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Passes it to Hachimura. Pass to Wagner. He can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points. Now, that's how you lead your teammate into an easy scoring chance. I love that assist.
Wizards shooting only 28% here in the first. A shoddy game offensively for them so far. Now the pass to Hachimura. Washington gets it back. Pass to Wagner. Another shot. And it's Orlando with the rebound. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
But you also got to give credit to the offense, too. I mean, they exploited every hole they saw in the defense.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Wall. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
And that one falls for John Wall.
The #1 overall pick in 2010, I mean, Wall became a bona fide star. He plays with an edge and energy.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Khem Birch comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And it's Aminu in for Aaron Gordon. And so Wall nails both of them.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that Supermax contract he signed.
Now here is Augustine. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Birch. Bell with the block.
Have to be careful around Bell. I mean, he's very talented at reading his man and knowing when to go after blocks.
And Washington making a change here. Smith has checked in. Augustine from outside. The shot will not fall. And Washington the other way now. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
Here's Fournier following the bucket by the Wizards. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And powering into the first week of the new year, here's a brand new look at the power rankings. You look at Houston. They sink a little bit here in the rankings. Still, though, remaining in the top 5.
And right now for the Magic, they've run into a bit of a wall here as of late. Had been playing pretty good before this latest stretch. Now trying to do whatever they can to get back on track.
And it's Napier missing.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And the dunk by Bamba.
And how about the 9'6" standing reach Bamba has? I mean, it's unguardable this close. Dunks it with such ease.
And the Wizards with possession following the bucket by Orlando. Here's Napier. And the 3 off target. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Magic. And Fournier kicks to Aminu. Here's Birch. Good D by Bell.
That's the only way to hold him in check. He's got it inside. You got to have a body on him right away.
They get the rebound. Wagner can't hit.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. That'll get the whole team pumped up.
Fournier passes to Augustine. There's a minute 34 left in the first quarter. Here's Fournier. Rebounded by Bell.
Oh, no. Sloppy finish. The D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
Bonga, the pass to Bell. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Wizards lead by 1.
Hard to knock Bell off his game. Even when you get aggressive with him, he stays with it.
Smith against Augustine. It's Fournier on the wing. A fresh 14 for Orlando. Here's Birch. Oh, that's blocked. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That's his first foul. Washington's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Passes it to Bell. And here's Smith. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Wagner. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And it's a 3-point Washington lead.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving and set up the open man.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Augustine kicks to Aminu. Here's Birch, defended by Bell. Augustine from outside, rebounded by the Wizards. Now here's Napier. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Off with the layup. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Wizards out front, up 3. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. One of the most dangerous scorers in the game. Bradley Beal spoke about the trust Coach Scott Brooks has in him and his teammates.
I think the biggest thing is he's still young. So, you know, he tries to think he's still hip. He keeps up with us a little bit, but he grants us a lot of freedom. He allows us freedom on both ends of the floor to be leaders.
Ellen Beal trying to grow as a leader and a star. Has to love that.
Yeah, and Brooks known for developing good relationships with his players. He pushes them, but he gives them a lot of praise as well.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic start in the second. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And there's Mohamed Bamba. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's Birch in at the 4 slot. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son, Philip, was born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball." I think he will. Kevin?
Well, DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The NBA will play a regular season game in Paris for the first time. Hornets and Bucks. Chris, you're planning to be there for that, aren't you?
Such a beautiful city. Can't wait. And think about all our players from France that are here now that are doing such great things in the NBA. It's going to be awesome for them to get to go home and do it in front of their families.
That free throw good from Aminu.
What you like about Aminu is the professionalism he brings. He's a veteran who plays hard every night.
Davis Bertans checks in for the Wizards. And a change for the Magic. Fultz has checked in. No good on the second free throw. And when you think of Jordan Bell, you think of a do-it-all big man.
Specifically how strong he is on defense. Great timing for blocking shots, good hands, and can guard anybody out on the floor. Can finish plays as well when moving at the hoop.
Here's Fultz following the bucket by the Wizards. Pass to Fournier. Bamba inside. Bertans defending.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot. But he doesn't have a clear path to the hoop, so why not? I mean, pull up and bury the three in transition.
It's stolen by Bertans. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That's his first foul. Isaac's checked in for Orlando. Ross comes in for Evan Fournier. Here's Napier. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And doing much better now in that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities, bouncing back nicely here in the second.
Now here's Bamba. He had 10 points in the win against Atlanta.
It was his rebound that stood out even more to me. I mean, they could not keep him off the glass.
4 on the clock. They get it back. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Yeah, and this is something Bamba does so well. Unbelievable recognition and timing to come up with offensive rebounds.
Now, here is Bell. He has 6. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
You see the confidence Bell is gaining over time. I mean, he knows he has the ability to score from there.
That one is off. And Washington making a change here. Beal's checked in. Gordon's checked in for the Magic. And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
What's attractive about Bell is that he's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, Kevin, if you know what I mean. His versatility is something teams value tremendously.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Ross. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Ross has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Orlando. Smith scanning the floor. The 3 from Bertans. Here's Bell. Bamba with the block.
The main thing you get with Bamba, imposing defender, shot blocker, alters everything in the paint.
Here's Fultz. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
Oh, that's a tough shot. I mean, you have to have confidence in your abilities to even take it.
Here's Napier. Markelle Fultz making his last shot. Knocked loose, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's Orlando now. The Magic trail by 7. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Magic shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
That free throw good from Ross. John Wall's checked in for Smith. And a change for the Magic. Vucevic is checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Just when it comes to offensive rebounding, who does the best job of creating second chance opportunities now?
Oh, it's 2 names. Andre Drummond, Steven Adams. And the toughest part about it is, as a defender, you don't only have to worry about guarding your man, going over and helping, but then you have to worry about guys that are just hanging out in the rebound painted area, just waiting for their turn. And so it takes the wind out of you, it tires you out, but also your mental focus that game is all over the place, because no matter what you're doing, you always have to come back to the thought, oh no, now box out, because this guy's a beast on the boards.
Ryan is checked in for the Wizards. So it's the Wizards now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen overnight, but it's clear that Bradley Beal is a franchise player. I mean, he's worked on his game year to year, and now he's a superstar in this league.
And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah. Well, Beal moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor, and he looks for ways to inject himself into games.
And at times, Chris, reporters have talked about a rift between Beal and Wall. But you know what? Beal has nothing but great things to say about his backcourt mate.
Yeah, Kevin, Beal has said himself that he believes a lot of his success is due to Wall. Beal's production with Wall sideline flourished. But Beal would much prefer to have Wall by his side.
Washington leading now by 4. Now Napier. 5 points in the game. Beal from long range. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got his 6th rebound on the night. There's the feed to Gordon. It's stolen by Bell. And here we go. Washington fast break. Count it. Good. 6 points for Wall.
Well, that's just big boy strength from Wall. He can outmuscle you on these contact finishes.
Here's Fultz. There's the pass to Ross. Back to Fultz. Tries a 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. Fultz has got 5 now.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
So it's the Wizards now. 3-point lead. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. Pass to Beal. From downtown. Good. And it's Napier with the assist that time. That's 12 points for Bradley Beal.
What a baller this guy is. I love watching Beal come right back with a payback triple.
Outside Gordon. Back to Fultz. The Magic have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. The first free throw is good.
But that's what I love about Fultz. He does a little bit of everything. Scores, rebounds, passes.
The Wizards making a switch here. Hachimura is checked in. He doesn't get the second one. Wizards leading by 5. All with it. They had a 24-point outing in their last game against Miami.
Superb strength from the crafty guard. Wall's used to getting knocked around. He sticks with his shot.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. And it's Fultz with the ball for the Magic, trailing here by 8. Passes to Isaac. And here's Gordon. Ross on the wing. Shoots over Beal. And the shot is long.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's all over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
Pass to Hachimura. And the officials call a traveling violation. And the Eastern Conference has been fun to watch. A lot of focus as always this year. And as we hit the midseason surge, let's check out the standings and how they're shaping up. You look at Orlando. Right now they've compiled the 6th best record in the conference. And of course the Wizards. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And seeing where the Magic are, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Well, it's possible we haven't seen them at their best yet. They've shown they can play with any team in the league. Now they need to do it every night, not just some nights.
Here's Hachimura. 8 points his last outing. It's Beal on the wing. And it's off from three-point range. The Magic trail by 8. And here's Fultz. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. 5th on the list, the Magic.
And they've really put an emphasis on offensive rebounding. And, guys, it's paying off. The second chance points are coming in bunches.
Now here's Gordon. 10 points for him. And the shot goes in from Fultz.
Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past. Respected coach who has won Coach of the Year. But the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. I mean, he could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
Here is Wall. Markelle Fultz making his last shot. Outside for Beal. Lets it go from 11. Wall, good. Wall's got 7 points here in this quarter.
It was a tough first quarter for him, but it's been a different story here in the second.
And the pass to Vucevic. Now here's Fultz. He's got 8. Clock at 6. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Bradley Beal picks one up. The Magic have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. That free throw good from Ross.
Well, finally he's getting himself to the line. He's gotten much more aggressive as the game is going on.
Mo Wagner's checked in for Bell. Then for the Magic, Evan Fournier's checked in for Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz. Wizards leading by 6. Wall passes to Beal. Offensive rebound. Here's Wagner. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Now Augustine. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Vucevic. Here's Ross. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. For Orlando, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
All with it. 11 points in the game. Outside, Beal. Here's the teardrop. And that's 2 points on the layup. Beal's got 14 points for the game.
Man, it's hard. It's so hard for defenders to keep up with Beal. He has good quickness and speed for his position.
Augustine passes to Gordon. Back to Augustine. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And here's Wall. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Beal against Augustine. Puts it up from 12. And Washington again with the bucket.
With effortless mechanics, Beal always has to be accounted for, especially from mid-range.
Augustine passes to Ross. It's Vucevic, top of the key. Fournier in the corner. Vucevic trying to get open. Shot is good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Fournier.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Washington's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. And it's blocked by Gordon.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's Augustine. Misses off the left iron. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Wizards have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And the first one at the line is good. So for the Wizards, Bonga's checked in, and it's Ish Smith in for John Wall. The Magic also changing it up. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Kem Birch comes in for Gordon, and it's Aminu in for Ross. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And here's Aminu. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. 6-point game.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Smith the pass to Bonga. Pass to Hachimura. Bryan up top. Shot clock at 6. In the corner, Smith with it. Bryan in the post. He's against Bamba.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
It's stolen by Smith. And here's the fast break. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Wow. The high activity of Smith is what creates these chances, using his quickness incredibly well.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Aminu, no one around him. Drops in the tray. Wizards leading by 5.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
The shot by Bryant, no good. Outside Fournier. Good if it goes. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And a huge 3 there to chop the lead down as we go into the break. Still anyone's game.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Wizards lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Bradley, a strong first half for you and the team. It looked like you guys really were ready to play. Was that something Coach emphasized?
Yeah, most definitely. We wanted to hit them first. We weren't going to check any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do. We're going to come out and be the aggressor, and we did that.
Obviously have to maintain that in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Bradley Beal putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points and 2 rebounds. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Efficiency, you know, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
Shaq, what'd you think about Orlando?
I think it was their passing that's kept them in the game. You can see it in their assist numbers. They were very, very unselfish. The ball moving from side to side, guys making good cuts. It's enabled them to create a lot of chances. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Welcome back. The calendar has flipped over, and so have we, into the second half of our broadcast. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Orlando's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Wizards. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. In at forward, it's Hachimura and Bertans. And it's Bryant in at the center position. Outside, Wall. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's Fultz. Passes it to Gordon. Over Bertans. Shot is good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Gordon.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game, Aaron Gordon, still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
If you can't hit that one, your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time down.
Now here's Fultz, covered by Wall. Fultz dishes to Gordon. Back to Fultz. In the corner, it's Gordon. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got his 3rd assist on the night. And Greg, we've seen Gordon playing in a slower paced system. He was asked to play at the small forward.
Not ideal, Kevin. He's better off as a small ball power forward, getting out in the lane and using those springs to rise over the D.
Here's Hachimura. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success. That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here's Beal. They can't stop the run with that one.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
Now here's Ross. He has 7. Bounce pass, Isaac. Gordon. It's deflected.
And that's a welcome sign for sure. Hachimura demonstrating a willingness to want to improve as a defender.
The shot, no good. Fultz with the ball. Now Beal defending. Got a hand on it. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. So for the Wizards, Bell is checked in for Thomas Bryant. And it's Napier in for Bradley Beal. Fultz the pass to Vucevic. And here is Ross, defended by Bell. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from the wing. That shot off the mark. Now Washington takes it the other way. Now here's Wall, guarded by Fultz. Now Napier. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
And let's take a look here at some numbers for Napier. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 9 points a night, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all they need, especially in tight games. 1 or 2 plays can make all the difference.
No one near Fultz as he lets it go. Buries it from 3-point range. Fultz has got the lead up to 6 now for the Magic. And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
And before you now are the rookies on a roll, the hottest shooters in the last 10 games. Well, you look at Hachimura, a great player, second in the league. On defense, the Magic. Napier feeling it out a bit. Pass to Hachimura. Right side wall. Shot clock reset for Washington. Bell, their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Here's Ross. Wall with some nice defense.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
And when Hachimura is looking to score, it sometimes forces the D to get aggressive. Love the energy.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. No good on the free throw. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Magic leading by 6. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on John Wall.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
That free throw good from Ross. And so he hits both. Wizards trail by 8. Wall passes to Hachimura. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Now here's Ross. He's guarded closely. Here's Gordon. Bell with the block. And they'll keep possession. Tries again. Count that one from Isaac.
And how about Isaac? He just attacks the backboard, especially on the offensive glass, putting that height to good use.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
And checking out some numbers for Wall. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 6th in assists, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's something that happens to every team. You just have to ride it out, play your hardest, and live with the results.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. But players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Evan Fournier's checked in for Ross. And so he makes both from the line.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Wizards working the ball around now. Here's Wall. The Wizards with another miss.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Wow, the solid court awareness. Leave someone open on Fultz squad, and you're going to regret it.
Wizards trail by 14. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Hachimura. He's covered by Isaac. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Wall outside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. And Washington making a change here. Bonga's checked in. Ken Burge is checked in for the Magic. Aminu comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Fultz with the ball for the Orlando Magic. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Fournier passes to Vucevic. Over Bertans. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Mo Wagner comes in for Jordan Bell. And Smith subbed in for John Wall. DJ Augustine's checked in for Orlando.
And with a merciful bucket, he snaps a terrific run by Orlando.
The pass to Vucevic. Takes the three. That's good from Augustine. The assist by Vucevic. Augustine's got 5 now.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass. Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Aminu kicks to Augustine. Feeds it to Vucevic. That's in. Augustine with the assist. That's 12 points for Vucevic. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves. Terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros. A response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
Here's Wagner. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Here's Bertans for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
I remember when you get in trouble for shooting the 3 as a big man. Now teams want their bigs operating outside the three-point line.
Here is Augustine. 5 points in the game. Tries from the block. That shot missing.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
And it's Smith missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and gotten the perfect position to alter the shot.
Here's Aminu. Back to Augustine. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Friday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz.
And looking at the Wizards matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Augustine with it. It's Fournier on the wing. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Magic lead by 16.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Napier. It's deflected.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And he lobs it up. Birch, the pass to Augustine. Back to Birch. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Augustine's got 3 assists in the game. And the Wizards with possession. Pass to Napier. Back to Smith. Pass to Bertens. Puts up a 3. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got rebound number 15 here tonight. To the middle. Here's Birch. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
The switch flipped for him at halftime. Not a single point in the first half. All of a sudden, he's come alive.
Wizards trail by 20.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Napier. Orlando grabs the miss. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. Fournier passes to Birch. Back to Fournier. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Birch. And again, it's Orlando converting.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
Here's Napier. Vucevic with the block, but they get it back. Count that bucket. Wagner's got 6. And here's Augustine. He's got 5. 50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Aminu. And it's good. 2 points. Aminu's got his second bucket of the night.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Now, here is Smith. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Wagner passes to Napier. Looking to get back on track here. Birch grabs the board.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
Aminu finds Augustine. Orlando gets it back. Here's Birch. The pass to Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Now Napier. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here. There's Beal with the 3. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
And you see this so often, league-wide, ending the period with a 3-point attempt.
And so it's Aaron Gordon making things happen for the Orlando Magic. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. They've got Al-Farouq Aminu. Terrence Ross is out there with Evan Fournier. And there's Mohamed Bamba. And it's Birch in at the 4.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And Orlando has possession. After the basket by Washington. To the left side wing. Aminu, the pass to Birch. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Oh, the movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. Outside, Beal. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
Yeah, they love it.
Can you imagine Mexico? Oh, my
They'll
God. This would be
believe
great.
it.
Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans in. And what I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
And now a chance to see the former Demon Deacon Ish Smith in action. It has been in the league for a while now and played for several teams, and he's a veteran through and through.
Hachimura, he's checked in for Washington. John Wall comes in for Shabazz Napier. Fires from 14, and it's Smith that time on the assist from Beal.
Oh, when the break is on, Smith fills the lane perfectly, and you know he loves getting it out in the open floor.
And when you have Ish Smith on your team, you know he's going to give you scoring off the bench.
And Smith not exactly great at any one thing, but the whole package is solid for a reserve. As long as you can make the right decision and just run the offense, that'll get you pretty far in this league.
Wizards trail by 18. Hachimura the pass to Wall. From 13, it's hauled in by the Magic. Gordon's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Throws it up high. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Wizards have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Wall passes to Hachimura. He can't hit that time.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Here's Hachimura. And Wall kicks to Beal. A pass to Wall. And Wall with the slam.
Love the chemistry Wall has with his teammates. He gets up on these alley-oops.
Magic leading by 18. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Fultz. Pass to Ross. Clock at 6. Here's Gordon. Three-pointer. Here's Isaac. He kicks to Bamba. Second shot opportunity. It's good. Bamba's got 4 points this quarter.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. The feed to Beal. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Bamba's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Ross passes to Gordon. Hey, Chris, for some guys, playing in their hometown is a dream. but there's also that added pressure, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, at least when you play away from home, it's a little more quiet. You don't have to get as many tickets for the game. When I got a chance to play home in Detroit, it was one of the best moments of my life. And I thought to myself, this is a wonderful feeling, but could I have handled it for 15 years in my career? I don't know. That's 30 tickets a game. Oh, I probably would have to go back into the NBA again just to pay for those tickets. But I tell you what, it's fun. And for me, a mama's boy, eating your mama's cooking before a game, it is never, ever, I've never had a better feeling before a game than eating her food and being able to go out and play.
I bet. Wizards making a switch here. Berchin is checked in. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
But maybe we can give him a pass for that turnover, only because he's been reliable up to now, mistake-free.
Wizards trail by 18. Knocked away. Wall passes to Hachimura. Goes up the baseline. Another one falls for Washington.
Understanding how to burn the defense in those sets. Hachimura doesn't rush anything. Lets the play develop naturally.
Now here's Fultz. Passes to Ross. Nice D from Bryant.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Wall's shot is off. Orlando leading by 16. Here's Ross. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound. Beal's got 4 rebounds in this game. Left side, Wall. Just 5 to shoot. Bamba with the block. They get it back. Ross with it. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Wizards trail by 17. And here's Wall. And the basket is good.
I like that intensity. Wall won't be denied on these type of drives to the rim.
Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Now here's Fultz. Shoots a 3. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And so Bryant will bring it up for Washington. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th quarter. Wall attacking. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wall's got 19 points.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Fultz kicks to Isaac. Here's Bamba. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Bryant. Here's Hachimura. Pass to Beal over Fultz. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last. Vucevic, he's checked in for Bamba. Ross dishes to Vucevic. Over in the corner, Isaac. Inside, puts it up from 12, connects, the jumper drops. Gordon's got 11 in the second half.
I tell you, Isaac has great vision for a big man. He can see over defenders easily thanks to that size.
Now here's Wall, guarded by Fultz. Wall draws the double, down low. Here's Bryant over Gordon, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. A negotiating concession the league wants from the Players Union. Prospect attendance, Chris, at the draft combine and team-wide access to player physicals.
Well, this is a tough one because I don't think that a team that is not interested in you should have your physical. And we all know that information is shared, and so it should be genuine in the teams that are truly interested. So I understand agents holding back on that. Medical information is something very serious that just because you have an opportunity to be drafted, your information shouldn't be spread all across the world just because you're at a combine. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but basically you just want a level playing field for everyone. And if we have that, it'll be better for everyone.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And the first one drops. Fournier is checked in for Orlando. That one is no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. He's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Wizards trail by 17. Wall up top, guarded by Fultz. Vucevic against Wall. There's the pass to Bertens. Lets the 3 fly. Offensive rebound. Bryant. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And the shot goes down. Gordon's got 15 points here in the second half.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Wall finds Beal. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I like how Bill draws these type of fouls. Excellent at working the D and forcing their hand.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, and after 1 year of collegiate basketball, Bill knew he was ready for the NBA, and I'd say he was right.
And both free throws good for Beal. Here are the Magic now. Now Fultz at the elbow. Vucevic. Pass to Isaac. Back to Vucevic. 5 to shoot. Passes it to Isaac. Over Wall. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Wall draws the double. Outside for Beal. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And just a little too lax with that possession. and it cost them.
Yeah, you got to be locked in at all times. Their inconsistent play is a big reason why they're losing.
Now here's Fultz. Pass to Isaac. Back to Fultz. Over Wall. And the shot goes in from Fultz. And the Magic lead by 21.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Washington shooting around 37% in the fourth quarter. The minutes starting to wear on them. Back to Wall. Rebounded by Isaac. Orlando's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Fournier passes to Isaac. Here's Fultz. Right side Fournier. Pulls up on the elbow. And Orlando again with the bucket.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Yeah, right now, it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards from the stripe. And he hits the jump shot. Wall's got 11 in the second half.
Listen, you better respect the moves of Wall. He has a great sense for where to go when he has the ball.
Outside Gordon. Left side Fournier. Out left to the wing. Here's Isaac. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Magic.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Vucevic.
Well, he showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
Here's Isaac, following the basket by John Wall. Count that one from Isaac.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Beal. A second chance effort, and it's good for two.
Oh, man, he rebounds much bigger than his size. Beal will get scrappy when fighting for the boards.
Now here's Fultz, covered by Wall. Fultz kicks to Vucevic. Back to Fultz. High post Vucevic. Over Bryant. And it's Vucevic missing. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Nick, great win tonight. Good performance by you. How surprising is it that you contributed to the game in so many ways?
I mean, I wouldn't say it surprised me. I always knew I could play at this level, but I just play hard. Just play hard and get things happen. I don't try to force anything. I just let the game come to me, and I play hard. Rebounds. Like I said, it's a lot about effort. That's what I can do every night. And points are gonna come some nights. Sometimes they won't. But I just take what I get and just keep playing.
Well, you did it all over the floor tonight, Nick. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Chris Webber, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. So long.